Okay, so this is the task for today. So this is 4C, 4C, page 111. And this is, the language seems new, but it's not really. We have had some exposure to this now already. So find the antiderivative of the square root of x. Okay, we've been looking at antiderivatives, so hopefully you're feeling okay with that. But the next part says use the fundamental theorem of calculus to find the area between the x-axis. Don't get too caught up on this big title of fundamental theorem of calculus. Okay, as I said, it's literally just finding the area between two bounded values and its function and the x value. That's what it's talking about. So we have a function, we find the antiderivative, we substitute in the upper value and then the lower value, and we take those two items. Okay. So again, question 3. Use the fundamental theorem of calculus to find the areas between these functions and these values. It's the same. We need to find the antiderivative. We need to try and substitute in this into the antiderivative. We substitute in that from the antiderivative, and we subtract the upper, take the lower. Okay, so really a lot of the trick of this is just trying to get your language right. Try and copy some examples in the book to try and have your working look identical. Okay, because if you get into a pattern, this will become easier. Question 5 is tricky. Okay, it looks complicated. There are some complexities in it, but I think a lot of complexity is because it looks hard because it's algebraic, but really we're just using the principles that we talked about, which are on the previous page, which are in the previous videos, to think about why these things work. So explain the result graphically. So I've done that for you. So you've just got to think about if you could replicate that. Okay. The next one is, we've looked at all these ones. Okay as a constant. So it's basically saying, well, can I think about this for myself as opposed to I just watched a video from Mr. Crispin and that seemed to make sense. Would you feel comfortable or confident to be able to make your own video now, explain that to someone else? Okay. And it keeps going. There's question 6. Again, it's all about the fundamental theorem of calculus, showing this is the same as this based on the graph or the function that's to the right of it. So it's really just getting to your understanding. Okay, so it is a bit challenging if you don't understand it. Hence why the questions are there to try and make sure you do understand it. Okay. Over the page, there's another example, and then some last finishing off questions. Okay. So if you finish that in the lesson, awesome. What I want you to do is to go on with task 1 in your folio. You should really feel pretty confident with the material in there now, in terms of being able to access all of that. There's nothing in there that we haven't done yet in task 1, and really in task 2 as well. So you should be able to get on with that. And if you've even got some spare time, you can start thinking about what shape you want to create in your final product. All right, peace out.